All right, welcome to another fretboard review and step two on our journey through my crazy guitars I've gotten here recently. So here's off to part two. I still have the one from part one because I just recorded it, but this is part two. So now we have a unique guitar, and this one is where it gets interesting. So this is a Squier of the Fender family, which this one is made in China, not Indonesia like most Squiers are these days. But this is a Squier Paranormal series Nashville Stratocaster, which really in general isn't a thing. Nashville tellies are a thing, but Squier decided to do something crazy and make a Strat version, which I appreciate because I'm a Strat guy. So it's kind of like having a telly, but like a Strat. Nah, that makes me happy. Because I had a telly for a while. We had a Bullet, which I think I have a video of one here. It's a sparkly red. It was really fun. I sold it, but this is a much nicer version. This is basically like having a Squier Affinity Telecaster and the middle pickup of a Strat at the same time, which is pretty cool. They that's what a Nashville is. It's a Telecaster with a Strat middle, Strat pickups. As you remember from my yellow guitar, same thing. These two are what you would find on a Telecaster guitar, which would have this big. It's kind of a mix of the two. It's a Strat and a Tele kind of all at once. Again, maple neck. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of maple necks on single coil guitars. It makes me happy. Squier there. I will say one thing off top, as it just was in the camera and made me think of it. These are the best tuners I've ever had on a guitar. It is absolutely great. People may say they're cheap or whatever. I disagree. Best tuners I've had on a guitar yet, and that includes my next one I'll show y'all, and that's impressive. But these tuners are fantastic. Not only that, but this guitar. I wonder if I could make it come up here. Look at that. That is the most beautiful neck I've ever had on a guitar in my life. Even the maple necks. Maple necks usually are like that nice bright wood color, but just kind of plain. But look at that grain. Absolutely amazing. I have some pictures I took too. I'm gonna do the same thing as last time. I'll flip you over to after this to a unboxing video I did, and I'll throw in some pictures of the neck on there. But the neck on this guitar is absolutely beautiful. Everything is super super glossy. The other one, by the way, I didn't mention is kind of very satin all over the place. This is gloss everywhere, which is weird. I'd never had a neck that was that glossy like on this side. Gloss on the back of a neck's not usually uncommon. Most people hate it. I don't mind it at all. Uh, but the gloss on the front is really weird to me, but I like it. I don't mind it a bit. It slides real nice, so I kind of dig that. This is a crazy guitar. This thing I've sat with it for some time, and this thing I like to say is an inspiration machine. Every time I sit down with it, I write something. Every time, it sounds absolutely amazing. Uh, really cool stuff with it. Basically, it'll give you all the telly sounds, and will also and like in for people who play strats that know, like the two and the four, positions in this five switch. Two and four is kind of what makes a strat interesting. It makes a strat. You know what I'm saying? And you get those pretty well too. Even though it's telly pickups mixed in, it really sounds like a strat. Like, the two quacks like a strat does. And again, I know people hate it. I love that. That's why I play strats because I love that. I love the neck and I love the quack on a strat. I just love that stuff. And this does it well, really well. Now, generally speaking, they go. These things are almost $500. It's like 470 pretty regularly, like 480, 479, something like that. So I wasn't gonna buy it. Right now I think even they still are on sale for like $100 off of that, like 379, 380 right now, which was pretty awesome. It came up that way around Black Friday time, and that was tempting. But they only had the gold with the rosewood neck, and they had this brownish kind of sunburst color I didn't like at all. That also has the rosewood neck. I don't like. I was gonna be fine with the gold one, honestly. I was thinking about it, but then I saw this one laying around, and this is an exclusive to the Fender website. So I went looked, and this one was on sale for 330. So that's like another 40 bucks off. So 140 bucks off later for only 300 bucks for a $500 guitar. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. So I did. And, payment plans, they're a good thing. So I pulled the trigger and I absolutely love it. And once all these comparisons and stuff, I have a plan to do. The yellow one's probably going to get sold. And you'll see why in the next video, probably. But this one too. I won't need it anymore after the next two guitars I bought. And that's okay. It'll get rehomed to someone who loves it. But we'll do some fun shootouts with them first. Yeah, the binding all the way around looks really sick. Love that. The color itself is supposed to be Fiesta Red. I've never had a Fiesta Red guitar in my life. Fiesta Red, as far as I've always known it, is supposed to be like a reddish orange color. You'll know when I do the unboxing video. The one thing I kind of can't get past is, and it don't really. This one don't show up as bright as it is on my camera here, and it doesn't show up right on the other one either because it's too bright on my phone camera. It's really somewhere in between the two, and I will tell you now, in real life, this thing is like salmon pink. It really is like a really dark, like salmon pink color. I was like, oh my God, I got a pink guitar. But I love it. I really do. I think it's awesome. It's the most country looking guitar in the world. It's got those telly bridges. So yeah, it's my wife is like, wow, that's really metal, bro. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But I love it. Leave me alone. So I will give you all some sound samples for this one too. But first, we'll kick it to the unboxing, and we won't kick back to this. We'll just go straight to sound samples. So I'm gonna tell you now. Again, we're gonna run it through the old Spark back there. I'm gonna let's see what I'm gonna do. We'll do some reverby delay type stuff, nice and clean. I'll do all the positions. We'll do the so way back here is your bridge. In between that is your bridge and middle, which then you're getting a telly bridge with a Strat middle. That's interesting. In the dead middle, you get just your Strat pickup thingy. Go this way, you got telly neck Strat middle, which is a great combination, and then you got boom telly neck. It also does a thing where if you pull your tone knob up and go back all the way, it will give you what is basically the middle position on a regular telly. So it'll give you neck and bridge, which a lot of people use for like funky stuff. It has like a real funk sound to it. It's great for. So you have that too. That's not lost in this. So that you have literally all telly options are here, which is great. It's a telly, dude. That's great. Telly and a Strat body. Can't make me any happier than that. But if you go one up, it gives you a combination that no other guitar is going to have, and that is a combination of all three of these. So that's wild. It sounds interesting. It's not something I really use, and to be honest, I don't use the other one either. I do what I would do with most Strats. I love the neck, and I love the quack on too. Like the bridge on this, especially because I got my telly bridge, which I love, and I did miss having. So that's nice. So we're gonna run it through all kinds of stuff, and I'll have sound samples. But first, we will kick it to the unboxing video, and then we'll go off to sound samples. All right, new guitar day time. Squier again. You know how I like my Fender stuff. More on that later. But so, you ever wanted to take this guitars that you love and cram them into one weird, crazy guitar? That's kind of what this is. It's sort of everything I like put into one. But inside the box so far, it's not a box in a box. This came from Fender directly because this is the only way you can get this color, and I didn't really like the other two colors too much. So let's put this over this way. Inside the box is this chaotic stuff. Looks a little wild there. Yeah, foil of some sort. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, there. Oh, that's where the candy's at. All right. And we got wrenches. That's it. So we will pause for just a second. Alright, so had to cut some of the tape just so I can get through it easy. So here we go. This thing is wild. So of course you can see we got a maple neck, which is what I like. Single coil guitars. I want a maple neck, which is how it is. Wow. So I will tell you now, camera makes it look a lot darker than it is. This is Fiesta Red, as they say. A lot of times it'll show up kind of orangey looking. It is that. Double binding there. Push and pull. Saddles. Cool. Alright, so at this point, if you've clicked on the video, it's because you can read and you know what's on it. And this is the Squier Nashville Stratocaster, the custom Nashville Strat. Look at the maple neck on that. You can like totally see the wood on it. It's insane. It looks, wow, it looks amazing. That's the prettiest neck I've ever seen. Take a look. I will tell you now though, in person, this Fiesta Red is something else. Dare I say, it almost looks kind of pink. Like just a little bit. It's almost kind of pinkish. Not in a super bad way or anything if you're worried about it. I like it. This thing is something else. It looks great on camera. In person, I love it, but it is lighter than I thought it would be. So, of course, you have a Stratocaster that has a telly neck, a Strat middle, telly bridge. You got the 5-way. You get the push-pull with 2 more. I'm sure if you've watched all the videos I have, you know all that. Wow, this thing is wild. Just interesting. Very, very finished. It's not satin at all. It's very glossy neck, so if you hate that, that might be a thing. Old school square tuners. Plate just says Squier. Not much going on there. Got a string through body. And as others have pointed out, you can go through the top if you want. I like string through body. That's just what I always do. If I can, of course. I prefer string through bodies, but that's how I'll string it. But you can put it through here if you're lazy or whatever. Got the twin saddle things going. It's pretty sick looking, man. Pretty crazy looking. In great shape. No cracks, no scratches, no problems. So there is that. That's nice. Everything seems to have come on in one piece. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to see how this sounds. So I'm going to try to add some sound samples to this and stuff like that. And hopefully we'll do that eventually and post it on.